What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video because it is literally the most highly requested video that I've ever had on my channel. As I'm sure you all know by now, I went through Sorority Rush this past January, had the best time, but I know a lot of people don't know much about Sorority Rush, so I took that as the opportunity to answer all of your questions about it, and I'm so excited. A few days ago, I posted this on my Instagram story, asking you guys to ask me whatever questions that you have about Sorority Rush, so I'm going to answer a lot of those now. I did, however, get over 150 questions, so I clearly cannot answer all of those in a short 10 to 12 minute video, but if I don't answer your question, drop it down below. I did pick out quite a few repetitive questions and questions that I think should be answered for all of you guys to hear. So let's get into the Q&A. So the first question is, run us through what Rush is. What exactly do you do? So Rush is a week or two where you go to all of the sororities on your campus and meet girls inside of there, learn about their philanthropies, their sisterhood, all of that to try and figure out which house you want to be a part of. I actually vlogged my entire Rush experience and took you through each day, what I wore, what each day meant, etc., etc. So if you haven't seen that, click right there or click down in the caption. I will link it below. But if you really want to see what Rush was, I recommend you go watch that. The next question is, when did Rush take place? So this differs for literally every school. At SMU, we had this thing called deferred rush, where we rushed a week before second semester started. So you came back a week earlier than everyone else after winter break, went through rush, and then you started classes. For other schools, they might have this thing called fall rush, which is where they rush a week before first semester starts, or it might just be scattered throughout first semester. It really differs for each school. How important is it for you to know girls in sororities before you rush? So this, I think, totally depends on what kind of person you are. So I really liked having the whole first semester to get to know them. However, if you can waltz right into Rush and just know exactly where you want to be based on first glance, good for you. That's totally fine. And at some schools, you might not even be able to meet the girls before you rush, so it totally depends on your school and what type of person you are. Next, how do you ask people for letters of recommendation? So to clear up a little bit of the sorority rush lingo, a letter of recommendation is basically a letter written by someone who was in a chapter recommending you to that specific chapter at your school. It pretty much just puts your name on the sorority's radar so they know to rush you, and I think is really helpful during the process. However, it is not necessary or required by any means. If your mom was in a sorority and she can easily write you a letter, go for it. You might as well. Why not? But it won't make or break you in the process if you have it or don't. In regards to asking for them, you can ask your mom to see if she was in a sorority, or your grandma, aunts, sisters, cousins, whoever it is. You can literally ask anyone. It's honestly flattering to have someone want to be in your chapter, so I don't see why anyone would not want to write you a letter of recommendation. Where did you shop for outfits? What types of outfits should I wear during Rush to stand out? So the whole point of Sorority Rush is for these girls to get to know you as a person and who you are. So a few of the days you might have shirts given to you by your Panhellenic Council, or you might have to wear a t-shirt from your school, but the other days you get free reign of what you wear, free creative reign. So wear something that makes you feel confident and beautiful and really just showcases who you are as a person. I am a very bright and bubbly person, I like to think, so I wore something that was kind of bright and stood out a little bit more. You will see it in the video if you watch it. Both of my outfits that I got for the days where I got to choose were from Revolve. You can shop at Lulu's, Revolve, literally anywhere, Princess Polly. Your options are endless, and I can guarantee you that you also have things in your closet that will work. You don't need to buy things for it. I just have a bit of a shopping addiction, but my top 3 favorite places to shop were Revolve, Princess Polly, and Lulu's. The next question is, what do you talk about with the girls in the house? What are good questions to ask? And what should I do if the conversation gets dull or awkward? So the girls in the houses will most likely have questions prepared for you so that you don't have to start that preliminary conversation. But granted, these girls are also talking to hundreds of other rushies. So if they happen to forget a question or there's a silence, that is your opportunity to start asking questions about that sorority. What I did is I would ask them about their philanthropy or their sisterhood, or ask them things like, what is your favorite part about your sorority? Or what's your favorite event that you do every year? Things like that. Or You could just ask them what their favorite color is. You don't have to script it that much. Kind of leading into this next question, what is off limits to talk about during rush? So this will definitely differ between schools. They might have a specific list of do's and don'ts. However, there's just a general consensus that you don't necessarily want to spend all of your time talking about drinking or partying because you're trying to get to know them as a house and they're trying to get to know you as a person. However, if you consider partying and drinking to be who you are, then I don't see why you wouldn't talk about that. Just be respectful of your school's Panhellenic rules and that kind of stuff. You can ask girls who've already been through rush, like, what should I talk about, what should I not say? But generally speaking, you just want to keep it kind of clean. This next question is really important. Listen up, y'all. How should I deal with stress during the week? It is no secret that rush isn't necessarily a peaceful time. And even though I had a very good experience during rush, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that it wasn't stressful at times, because it was. So what I recommend that you do is find something that makes you de-stress. If that's meditation, which is what I do, meditate. Every night, meditate about your thoughts, just relax, let all that stress flow out and get ready for the next day. Or go for a walk, go get some good food, I don't know, what have you, whatever you want, just do something that de-stresses you every single night. I was super lucky because my mom actually flew into Dallas during rush week. I'm so thankful for that because I knew that being in the dorms with a bunch of other girls talking about their experiences would really just send me over the edge. So being able to go back to her hotel room with her and just sit, de-stress, and talk about my day without being swayed in any direction or my opinions being changed was crucial for me. A lot of my other friends did that too with their moms and said that it really helped as well. It's not necessarily possible for everyone, but it's something to think about if you like having your mom around, like I do. Next question. What was my favorite part and my least favorite part about sorority rush? So my two answers here kind of go hand in hand. My favorite part genuinely was getting to meet so many people. I made friendships with girls in the houses and girls in my rush group that I might not have met otherwise for whatever reason. I seriously met and made so many new friends that I still have to this day. Okay, it's been like 3 months, but to this day, I still have them. I consider myself a very social person, so getting to meet all of those people was like everything to me. But that kind of leads me into my least favorite part, which is having to say no to certain houses that have a lot of people inside that you really enjoy. Because I was really concerned that if I didn't pick a specific house, all of the girls inside of that house would not be friends with me anymore. That is not the case at all, especially at SMU. Inter-sorority friendships are such a big thing at SMU. Yes, you do spend a lot of your time with the girls in your house because hopefully you really enjoy their presence and you just do a lot of fun things together, but you are not precluded from seeing other friends in other houses. And that is what I think makes the dynamic at SMU so fun and well-rounded, is that everyone is such good friends, like literally everyone. So yes, although it was my least favorite part having to say no to certain people, it ended up working out for the best. And the last question, what are some things you wish you knew going in, and what is an uncommon piece of advice? So something that I wish I knew and that I want you guys to know is that you can still be friends with girls in other houses. If you like two houses a lot but one a little bit more, go with that house you like a little bit more because you'll still have all of the friends in that other house. And my uncommon piece of advice is, even if you weren't planning on rushing, rush. It's such a fun experience and I promise that you will meet so many amazing girls. And even if you decide that you don't want to be a part of a sorority, that's fine. You can always just drop it. It's not that big of a deal. But rushing is just such a fun experience. Who knows, you might just find that sorority life is right up your alley. So that is all the questions that I chose to answer today. If I didn't answer your question, I'm super sorry. I literally just had so many to go through. Feel free to leave that comment or question down below or DM me on Instagram and I will get back to you as soon as possible with that answer. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. It was certainly fun to film. Speaking of, I have a lot of fun videos planned coming up, so make sure that you're subscribed and following me on Instagram so that you can stay up to date with when I'm posting. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you very soon with my next video.